let's go through the introduction. First off, the reigning world champion, Kejuaraan from Venezuela. Next up, the world record holder in the snatch, world record holder in the total, the world #1 from China, it's Li Daiyin. Next up, European champion from 2022, ex-world record holder in the clean and jerk and total, Antonino Pizzolato. Then from Iraq, a man with one of the strongest clean and jerks out there. He actually hit 204 as an 81. It's Mustafa Javadi from Iran. Then we have Petar Asayanak, who of course previously an athlete for Belarus, representing the independent athletes here. Rashid Al-Jamali from Iraq. Next up, it's another man who holds more than world record in multiple categories. It's the world champion, world record holder from the 96s and in the clean and jerks 89, Tian Tao. And then it's one of the strongest snatchers in the world, Andranik Karapetyan, snatched 178 kilos at the European Championships, the second best snatcher in the world in this category. And it's a French bulldog, incredibly strong in the clean and jerk, Romain Imadouchen. And then finally, one of our favorite athletes to watch with some of the most interesting technique from Moldova, it is Marin Robert. Third at the Grand Prix in Cuba back in June. Snatched 161 kilos there. Clean and jerk 200. Oh, that's
not a good start.
That's odd. It was a very fast pull from the floor. It didn't look heavy.
That is really bizarre.
When an athlete stops like that, they either feel some pain, although he didn't look to feel any pain, or they're out in a weird position.
It looked
fine.
Strong. He looked plenty capable. I'm really confused why he didn't go into that bar. Definitely an odd start for sure to this session.
Yeah, very, very curious. So he will now follow himself, but with 2 minutes on the clock, just a weird, a very weird start to this 89 kilo session. So like I said, he snatched 161 kilos at the Grand Prix. Prior to that, he hadn't competed for 3 years. Looks like he'll come out and go for this one. Well, we saw a few weird lifts in the men's 81s just prior to this also, with athletes cleaning the weights and not even attempting the dip and drive in the jerk.
All right, here he is again, 155.
Now, he did pull it fast, but as soon as he got to the hip, he just put the brakes on.
Same thing, a little bit less speed even.
Yeah, a little bit less convincing than even his first.
I wonder if they were just forced to take a weight that he knew he couldn't make, and he's kind of stuck in this position where he, he's with the 20 kilo rule, he can't lower his openers.
Well, his entry total was 375 kilos. So yeah, I mean, he has to open at 355.
Yeah.
He's put in 155, 200, and those are big lifts for him. I mean, the 200 is basically a personal best.
Yeah, I'm wondering if what happened somewhere along the line was they put a big total in for this.
And why do they do this?
Simply to get in the A session? I don't really understand.
I assume so. It's such a shame when you take the place of an athlete who could have been in there. I mean, Nico Müller from Germany, for example, 162.201 he just did in the B session for the lead. Yeah, he could and should have maybe been in this A session, and he's lost the opportunity to do that.
So he's withdrawn. Safa's withdrawn here. Madouche now with sorry. Javadi here is going to be the lifter at 160.
Wonder if we'll see Al-Jamali also withdrawing the clean and jerk, or whether that's a different story. We'll see. But yeah, now we're up at 160. I mean, we're already at the weight that was basically medaling in the 81 session.
Yeah.
And we're just opening up. You know, what's exciting is that 170 is not going to medal here. It's possible that 175 maybe gets a bronze.
Yeah.
Here he comes, here's Mustafa. An athlete who is known more for his clean and jerks than his snatching. No, he's bumped up as well, I think. So Mustafa bumps to 61, which pulls out Romain Imedouchen from France. He took a medal in the clean and jerk at the World Championships last year.
He had a rough go at Europeans, though.
Yeah, I think that was in the 96s, though, that he did that.
Yeah, he was heavier there.
Of course, he's dropped down now because this is the Olympic category and he fancies his chance at a home Olympics.
Oh,
looks nice.
Yep, very nice.
He's got a lot of depth for, you know, such a muscular athlete. Not hindered by that muscle mass.
Yeah, such a strong athlete as well.
Yeah.
So he's on the board at 160.
Next for Mustafa Javadi and for Peter Sayanak. Here comes Javadi now. He told us that this year's been pretty good for him. The last 6 months he's been building into this 89 kilo category, but he recognizes he has a lot of work to do for the Olympics. Ooh.
Yep.
And I think
got the down signal there. We heard the buzzers a little early, yeah.
I mean, it looked like whatever happened with his elbows, though, he maintained that bend the whole time as he stood up.
Yeah,
I mean, have a look at the replay, but
he's got to catch it at arm's length.
Yeah.
That complex press-out rule.
But maybe he doesn't have a great... I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Of course, a question that a lot of people watching might be asking is, where is Kianush Rostami? You know, Kianush is in the top 10 in the world. He's currently the ranking Iranian athlete. He's 5th in the world. He totaled 380 at Bogota last year at the World Championships. But he had to turn up to this competition if he wanted to go to the Olympics, and instead he's actually out hiking in the hills of Iran right now. He retired from the sport officially just a few weeks ago, which has left this spot wide open. Quite why he's done that, I don't know, because he could have just even turned up to weigh in here and he'd have a spot at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a very bizarre move from him.
Yeah, well,
but he's a bizarre athlete.
He's an interesting man for sure.
You know, he's already Olympic champion. You know, when you've done it once, maybe the buzz, the thrill dies down somewhat.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a laboured start to this men's 89 kilo session. He's gone up a kilo.
Bumped up to 162.
I don't know why.
You know, potentially, I guess, FOMO, right? He just wants a little bit more.
Yeah, I didn't buy him any extra time.
I mean, 65 is the next increment, so he really can't go anywhere from 61.
No. Okay, he's got 20 seconds.
Looks to be a better lift for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. He's on the board. 65 would be the next jump here. We'll see if he takes that 3 kilos.
Yeah. So we basically have a few different groups here, really. You're going to have all these lifters under 170 taking their attempts, and then that 170 line is basically where we start to separate the elite from the rest of this pack. Yeah, so Ali Bodi's jumped to 69. So, right now it says Kedemar for his opening attempt. And he is coming out for it. It's maybe a little bit lighter than we expected. But he can make 5 kilo jumps. And he can still get himself to what was his gold medal winning snatch last year of 175. He made 160 kilos in the back room prior to this. So easy.
So strong, yeah.
He is so fast. He's so powerful. Just insane.
Just a fantastic opening lift.
So in the back room, Tian Tao is at 130 kilos. Antonino Pizzolato has 150 kilos loaded. The concern that I'm feeling right now is for Antonino Pizzolato. 160 kilos twice in the training hall. And at this World Championships, I've also seen him miss it twice. And now here he is looking for a 168 opener. Nino just made that 150, but it didn't look so strong in the back room.
Well, the question becomes really, does he just come out here and make a total? He's going to need something.
Well, right now his opening attempts would add up to 370, which would put him in the top 10, so he might just hit those and withdraw. We'll see. Here's Senak now. 165. Originally in 85, moved up to 96. And now he's back down.
Strong.
Yeah, that's a good lift. A solid opener.
He's got one red.
He got a red. I don't actually know why. We'll have to see. I mean, we did see in the 81 session 2 times, both I believe for Andrei Bozidar of Bulgaria, the refs gave him, the judges gave him good lifts and the jury overturned.
Yeah.
And then they sort of brought the judges over to tell them off a little bit and say you need a shot coming into this session.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a little bit more strictness. Different refs, obviously, but
yeah.
So, and Duchesne's second attempt, 65.
You know, funnily enough, we spoke with Romain and we asked him what he thinks of his competitors, and he said, I have absolutely no idea who my competitors are. I focus only on myself.
Yeah, he was forward right from the beginning on that pull. You could see that from our vantage point.
Yeah, he was under it briefly, and his hips sort of shot back behind it. Lost it. Tian Tao has now made 150 kilos in the back room. I imagine he'll probably stick pretty... Well, he's actually already gone up to 168. That I would have thought will be what he'll go for.
Yeah.
You know, these two Chinese athletes, they see each other every day in the training hall back in China, and they know what they're capable of. And Tian knows the threat that Li Dayin is in the snatch, and vice versa in the clean and jerk.
Yes, that's very true. They also know their strengths and weaknesses too, right?
Yeah.
If Li Dayin can push a little harder on that snatch, eke out whatever he can there, he's just got to hang on in the clean and jerk, and vice versa for Tian Tao.
And good news is Antonino Pizzolato just made 160 kilos in the back room, and it actually looked pretty convincing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he had a little bit of room there. He caught it, rocked back on his heels, but there was height on the bar in excess. So his 168 opener is still very heavy, but he's looking the best he's looked that we've seen so far, at least in the build-up to this World Championship.
He was a world record total. I mean, we talk about it. It's funny how many absolutely incredibly strong athletes in this session. Pizzolato being a world record holder,
175, 217 he did.
Yeah, I mean, potentially at the bottom of this pack right now. Obviously, he's coming off an injury, but this is just such a deep class.
Here comes Romain now. His big focus in training has been on his snatch technique. He knows that his strength is abnormally high in the clean and jerk, so he's been focusing on this. Just got a bit forward on his second attempt.
Overcorrection there.
Yeah, I mean, as he pulled, it was moving it back in towards him significantly more.
Well, he's got 160 on the board. It's better than the Europeans.
Yeah. He's going to put himself in a tough spot. He's going to need to hit a 210 clean and jerk if he wants to feel a little bit safer with the Olympics. Although, of course, the rules are actually applied a little bit differently to the home nation. So it's not quite as difficult to get to the Olympics for France as it is the other countries. But still, he wants to do everything he can to total as high as possible here.
So 167 now for Marin Robu.
Big opening attempt for Marin.
Yeah.
You know, such instant technique.
Oh, Robu's gone up now.
Wow.
Pizzolatto is coming out. We see him in the tunnel. This is a lifter we haven't seen on the platform in, what, 16 months?
Yeah, the last lift that he made was a world record, 217 kilos. Tirana, April 2022. Here we are now in Riyadh, 168, the opening attempt for Antonino Pizzolatto, Olympic medalist, European champion. It was a fast pull off the floor.
Big pull, but it looped. It was forward of his hips. Big swing.
Yeah, he seemed to lose a little bit of connection with it as he went under, just sort of a leap of faith.
Exactly, a pull and a prayer, really. Not inspiring.
A fast pull, but prayer nonetheless. Here comes Tian Tao, a man who has snatched 180 kilos before, but he did it, of course, as a 96-kilo athlete. He did that at the 2019 World Championships. He's competed once now as a 89. He set the world record in the clean and jerk, but he only snatched 165.
Huge opening lift. So strong.
That's wonderful to see. And he has looked good in the training hall, hasn't he, over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've seen him really training and doing some super heavy squatting, as well as some very big lifts.
Yeah, some pause back squats at 270.
He left something in the chalk bucket there.
Front squat, did we see from him the other day?
Yeah, 260 front squat and a 270 pause back squat, I think.
Yeah. He told us that he's still sort of being affected in training by some injuries, particularly in his left shoulder. Interestingly, Tian's style of training has changed a little bit. Doesn't go so heavy so often. He said to us that the most he's snatched is 170 kilos.
Wow.
Which he then did in the training hall just recently as well. So he's clearly saving his best for the competition platform, and he looks very sharp. I mean, we haven't seen a Tian Tao who makes an opener as comfortably as that.
Yeah. You know, if Tian Tao makes a lot of snatches, he becomes incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
His clean and jerk is just almost limitless. Asianak. 68.
Oh,
big looping pull
How
at the
did
top.
he save that?
That swung behind, but his upper body is incredibly strong.
He just rocked under those heels. All of his foot came off the ground, and he shifted his body weight back behind the bar.
You know, two pretty distinct body types here.
Yeah.
You've got the Tian Tao, Asianak, Kedamar.
Yeah.
You know, the sort of a little bit shorter.
Short limbs, and then you've got this guy.
Yep. Here he goes.
Got a powerful pull.
Better,
but
it
looked better.
Just forward. It's just a bit forward. He is struggling here.
At least on that one in the catch, that he had some upward pressure on the bar.
Yeah.
Even if it was just for a split second, he was there.
Yeah, that pull off the ground looks rushed. It looks hurried, like he really doesn't want to be there. He's just hoping he can stick it.
Now, one man who I'm sure is sat in the crowd right now will look around and try and find him. It has to be Carlos Nassar. He is here. He's been training. He's weighed in. But of course, he's one of the top athletes in the world right now. And today he lost his only other world record. He had two at once at one point, but of course he lost his 208 clean and jerk world record to Rahmat Owen Abdullah, who just hit 209 from the B session, weighing 76.67 kilos.
Yeah, just enormous strength.
I still feel as though the athlete with the highest sort of upper end clean and jerk in this category, though, is Carlos.
Oh,
it just feels, you know, the way he did the 221 compared to Tien's 222, I just feel like there's another 5 or 6 or 7 kilos there if he has to do it.
We've never really seen him being pushed all the way to the limit there on the clean and jerk as well.
Okay, this is a huge moment now for Antonino Pizzolatto. He needs this.
First one was forward, it was rushed. Second one was better. He's controlled it.
This, he can...
He's just got to bring it in better here.
He could get himself into the top 10. Oh, that's it. And...
that is a shame.
I have to imagine that Nina will pull out now. Because he can't now get into the top 10. That's the reason he decided to even lift.
Yeah.
There was rumors that he would even not attempt anything here.
Yeah, he really has no need to clean and jerk.
Marin Robu, 169.
That's a huge opener for Robu. His best is right around 168.
Yes.
I mean, this is a monster opener for him. The question is, what is his ability to lift this? Wow.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And he does have interesting technique.
Yep.
You know, his left arm may have looked a little off, but I just think it was an internal rotation. I don't think it was anything wrong with it.
His technique isn't too odd. It's just that his mobility and his positioning is actually looked like one of his best snatches, really.
Absolutely. Very strong. Well, we've caught up with him as well. The only ones who said, you know what, I'm not going to tell you because they're actually really good and I don't want anyone to know. So we'll try and find out after this competition what he's actually hit in training.
Well, if I had really good lifts, I wouldn't want to tell anyone either.
Right, right.
I'd keep that a secret. All right, Kejuaraan here, 169 as well.
You know, he has such a monstrous clean and jerk. He just needs to set himself up with some good snatches. He might not need the 175 range they did last year. If he can just get into the 70s, he's got the clean and jerk for a medal. It's very easy.
Very strong.
You know, the thing about Kejuaraan is he is a real competition athlete.
Yeah.
He really turns it on. He hits big lifts. He makes final attempts. He just performs.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when we get to these sessions as well, these absolute upper echelons of abilities, if you don't have the full package, you just aren't going to be able to hang with everybody else. I mean, he's got such a great mindset. He's incredibly good in the snatch. He's a monster in the clean and jerk as well.
Yeah, he said that his best lift this year is 170 in training. 212 as well, which, you know, when you put those two together, that could be a medal here.
Yeah.
But with 169 looking at that, I think he can get 72, 73 maybe in the snatch.
Ali Abadi, 169 as well. He was called on the first for a press out. Bumped a kilo, made 62. Now he's 7 kilos above that.
Well, we saw his teammate do this
on
in the 81s. Massive jump. 6 kilo jump, I think his teammate made. Oh my word.
Huge lift.
I don't know if those elbows are going to... If they didn't like them the first time...
Wow.
Oh, he got it.
So far.
No, the jury are already...
Jury stopped.
I don't know, though. I mean, he just doesn't have a lockout.
Well, his lockout is you know, it's not 180 degrees at the joint. So, you know, the question is, oh, that was a little soft. You could see it come down on him on his left arm. Yeah, he's probably going to get turned over here. Camera.
You know, I'm going to be the glass full guy and say that that was just shoulder movement.
That his shoulder's between his shoulder and his wrist. His shoulder.
Yeah, I believe they call that the elbow, unfortunately.
Let's see what kind of call they're giving.
Yeah, I mean, That's the face of somebody who says, I mean,
yeah,
it's a press out.
A lot of shaking, a lot of shrugging.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think they're saying, unfortunately, we are going to have to take that away. You got to feel bad for Mustafa there.
Wow.
Good lift, they kept it.
What an absolute shocker. He is ecstatic. That is great.
Well,
we did not expect that.
It was in the shoulders after all.
Wow. I'll have to check my anatomy book because I was mistaken as to where the shoulder is. That's great.
Yeah.
We like to see that. We like to see lifters being given the benefit of the doubt there.
Well, there are discussions happening in the IWF at the moment about whether athletes, or whether they're going to remove the whole press-out rule altogether.
Well, so here's an interesting development. Lee Dayan's dropped to 70, 170 for his opening attempt.
170 kilos now for the world record holder. So he made 160 kilos in the back room. That's it.
A little bit tough.
Run it out a little bit. Apparently he's cut his hand, which is causing him a little bit of pain.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So let's see. You can see him. He's got some
tape on the hand. He's clutching it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, with that much tape around the hand, it's a little bit harder to grab the bar.
Changes the feel of the lift a little bit.
Not that much though for him.
You know, I didn't want to tell you, Matt, because I didn't want to get us a bit nervous, but he actually missed 160 in the back room. And then when he took it again, he ran it out.
Yeah.
And then he just puts 10 kilos on, and, you know, the pressure of it. I mean, that was so
strong,
easy.
Very strong. Although he's only up 2 from his teammate Tien Tao, who looks to be in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, they're both in good nick, I think. There's Kejuaraan waiting for his third attempt. He has 170 written in now, but of course that's going to change. It's just the automatic increase.
Well, here's a man who's probably eyeing up a potential medal. I mean, definitely a medal in the snatch, but could be thinking gold in his head. He did 178 in Armenia.
The crowd
earlier this year
was so on his side. It was an amazing moment.
Yeah, I don't think he has that same kind of support here, but
there's quite a lot of Armenians in the crowd.
170 is still a very big number.
Oh yeah,
it's a big opener for him too.
It looked good,
pull,
right?
But yeah, it was forward. He didn't get it turned over. You know, the session's a bit interesting here. We see a lot of...
It feels nervous.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of... No, I agree. There's a lot of tension in the audience, a lot of tension here. You can feel it. Everyone's kind of wondering what's going to happen. I think Nino's bomb out. Definitely not a positive sort of event for everybody as well.
Yeah, I mean, even the athletes are aware. When I chatted to Kejuaraan, he said that this is going to be a battle of the gods. He said, we're all strong, we're all talented, and we're all disciplined.
Yeah.
So the immensity of this is just not lost on anybody.
Yeah. So 170 stays in the bar. Karapetyan remains the lifter.
You're really quiet in the building right now.
Yeah, the DJ has stopped. Yeah. We're kind of wondering and waiting here what's going to happen.
Just feels tense. It feels nervous in the building. He knows that world records can happen here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a moment here where there's suddenly an eruption and everyone is going to start chasing. You know, we're all just establishing where they are in the pecking order right now. He is the last lifter to open. So if Karapetyan makes this, he'll be on the board, and then he can make a move for that medal in the snatch.
Points to both elbows. He doesn't have a great lockout. Injured his elbow, of course, in 2016.
Yep, a much better snatch.
Yeah, just pulled it back a lot nicer behind his head.
Yeah. You know, an athlete, he's got an exceptionally strong clean as well. Just jerk really limited. So 170 stays now. So 65, 68. He's going to take this 70 as well. He might bump a kilo to try and eke out Karapetyan's.
I don't think 170 is going to be a medaling lift, so I think these athletes will just take this.
Yeah, who's going to go in?
Yeah. This is his 4th competition in 4 months, he told us. It's just been a relentless pace.
Wow.
Dealing with a bit of a knee injury.
Oh,
he's done it again. He's overpulled it, but somehow he saves it.
What a save.
You can't do that unless you are unreasonably strong overhead.
I mean, his upper body is absolutely enormous. Shoulders and arms. He was able to wrestle that bar back into position, even though he swung it behind.
And yet still.
There he is.
Look at this. It goes back and he...
Huge save. Only 8 more snatches in this session.
Yeah, that's 3 athletes already at 170. Kejuaraan looking to be the 4th. His 169 was strong. He's made 175 before in this category. Of course, as a 96, he snatched 178 kilos. That was the South American Games last year.
So we put him in the lead in the snatch for now.
3 athletes with 2 attempts remaining there. Oh my word, put some more weight on the bar. Kejuaraan, he's excited about that one.
Wow.
And he always roars, he always celebrates. Just such an animated athlete. Great competitor, fierce on the competition platform.
Yeah, what a fight.
And listen to this. This is the last 10 competitions placements for Kejuaraan. First, second, first, third, second, first, second, first, first, first.
He likes that podium.
Yeah, I mean, he's a podium type of athlete, and he's not planning on breaking that today. Here comes Tian Tao, 173. This is a good snatch for Tian Tao. Bit of trivia for you. Tian Tao has never made all 3 snatches at the World Championships. In fact, he's never made all 3 snatches at any international competition.
He
and he's not
unfortunately continues that trend.
Yeah. And that's sort of classic Tian Tao. Yeah. He's known to miss lifts. You know, he said to me yesterday, Max, that he only needs 2 attempts.
He's aware of it. He knows the kind of lifter he is.
Well, when he won the World Championships in 2019, he only made his 3rd attempt snatch. When he competed in Rio, he made his 3rd attempt snatch and his 3rd attempt clean and jerk, got an Olympic record and a silver medal. He's not known to make many lifts. Here comes
This
Marin.
is a monstrous snatch.
Yeah, he's never done this before.
Yeah, for Marin Robu. Opened at 169, which was already in excess of his best. This is up 5 kilos from his best snatch.
Oh, just out front.
Yeah, that was heavy. He didn't get it very high, but he went for it.
Yeah. So, Robu will retake that. Tian Tao's gone up to 175. And you know what? If Tian Tao wants to move ahead of Li Dain's record in the total and be the #1 ranked Chinese athlete, he absolutely has to make this.
Yeah, he would have to take such a monumental clean and jerk to make that up.
Because even this 175, he has to set a world record clean and jerk.
Yeah, even Tian Tao can't make up that kind of deficit.
Nah. So just under a minute and a half on the clock. And then Marin will come out.
I mean, this is a bold move. Marin taking this number is obviously him trying to move up that ranking as best he can. It's wildly heavy.
Interestingly, Tian Tao's dropped back down to 120 in the back room, whereas Li Dayan has just sat motionless. He's done nothing for 10 minutes. Here he comes, Marin Robu from Moldova. This will potentially be a medal in the snatch for him. That could be the one.
Huge attempt.
Can he hold on?
Absolutely amazing attempt.
Unbelievable.
I don't think anyone expected Marin Robu to take a 173 snatch. That is huge.
The number of athletes right now who are capable of 170 beat to behold.
Look at that. That second attempt didn't look like it was anywhere close.
No.
Somehow he found a little more depth and snuck under that bar. Wow. Here's Karapetyan, 175, a man who's done these weights so many times.
I mean, Marin at the under-23s, he did hit 170 kilos and declined his third attempt, so I guess he was saving it for this meet. So Karapetyan, as you said, another 5 kilo jump for him, which is smart. He's basically here for a snatch medal.
Yeah, his clean jerk is just not anywhere close.
So he has to hit this. This would guarantee a medal. Oh,
looked good.
I mean, he points at his elbows before the lift. That might have been a little bit.
Look at that.
Too much movement in his left. And the jury they're okay with it.
I don't think I've seen a lifter walk on the platform and off the platform with so little emotion to his own elbow there. I think he's disgruntled by that one red.
Yeah, I think he's worried that he's going to get called by the jury, but don't worry, Andranik, you're safe, you're fine.
So 176 now. Li Dayan is the lifter.
Well, you know what 176 means? It means 181.
Yeah.
World record on the third attempt.
He's making an assault on it.
It also means that Tian Tao's gone up to 176, which he has to do.
Yeah, he can't give anything up.
No, he has to hit a big lift.
Wow. Li Dayan's bumped more.
Oh my word, Li Dayan's gone to 177 kilos for his second attempt.
So here's the moment we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I just hope they don't push each other into missing. You know, that's the worry.
Easily become that scenario. This snatch right here will really decide where this battle is going to take place. Huge snatch for Tian Tao here, 176.
This is massive. At the Olympic Games as an 85, he snatched 178 kilos. He made 181 as a 96. Can he hold on? He's gonna. Oh, he was just
fighting so hard.
Oh my word! That was it. That was everything he had, and now, I mean,
he's down to 168.
He can't do it. He's not going to be able to beat Li Dayan's 396 kilo world record total to become the number one ranked Chinese lifter. He's going to have to go to another competition. So here comes Li Dayan. He has 2 attempts remaining. 2 attempts back to back. His 170 snatch is currently bronze.
You know, he keeps holding that right hand.
Well, he did cut it, and he's Torcalis. He's got it wrapped up.
Yeah. Does he let that affect him here is the question. He's setting himself up for a huge third attempt if he makes this.
This is a monster lift. It looks slow. It looked really slow on the pole.
Slow, and he was forward really early.
He looks at his hand. Yeah, this session, the nerves, the pressure, who knows what it is. Has it got to some of these athletes?
Well, how much of these attempts are really selected based on Olympic qualification,
Yeah.
you know, versus world placement here. I mean, he's only 2 kilos up on his teammate Tian Tao, who's arguably the stronger clean and jerker.
Yeah,
if he
true.
doesn't make this 77,
Well, Tian could win worlds, but not move ahead in the rankings.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless, if Li Dayan hits this,
it's over.
It's over for Tian Tao.
Yeah, the real question here is what happens next.
Yeah. Gone back over to his platform. 2 athletes who were unable to register a snatch, Antonino Pizzolato and Al-Jumaili from Iraq. We'll see if either of them carry on the clean and jerk. I mean, as it stands, the gold in the snatch, the lead is Karapetian, the silver is Marin Robu, and the bronze Li Dayan from that opening attempt. And his opener looked so strong, but that second attempt was
No, the bronze is Kejuaraan, 171 on his third.
Right. Kejuaraan, 171.
Li Dayan not even in the medals currently in the snatch. That's
The world record
extraordinary.
holder. Looks like he's wandering over now. Have they been rewrapping his hand?
He's every bit capable of this and so much more.
Yeah.
The question is, does that hand
Does it
throw
hold
him
up?
off enough that he can't make this lift?
Yeah, that second attempt was uncharacteristically slow.
Yeah.
Chance of Li Dayan Jiao from the Chinese teammates. He doesn't even chalk up because he's got to hold the taping, the wrapping on his hand.
Your hand is the only thing in contact with the bar. Everything you feel through your hand.
10 seconds.
Oh,
it was slow again.
wow. It's the hand for
Oh,
sure.
my word.
That's caused him a lot of grief. The incredible scenario here. Li Dayan, the world record holder in the snatch, not even medaling
Not
today.
even medaled. He looked so strong in training, as did Tian Tao. It's honestly shocking that neither of them matched.
I mean, in Tian Tao's case, that's sometimes par for the course, but wow.
But not only is this bad for both of them right now,
Yeah,
it's because
absolutely.
China can only send 3 men.
Yeah.
They'll send Li Fabin.
Yeah.
They might send Shi Ziyong, but Rahmat's making them probably anxious and nervous.
Yeah.
They might end up sending Liu Huanhua in the 102s if he wins tomorrow
That's
or in
true.
a few days' time. I don't know.
Li Huanhua actually is probably in a great position now.
He's in a good spot.
All he has to do is demonstrate, excellence that the Chinese expect, the standard they have.
That's all he's got to do, is it?
Yeah.
Just demonstrate excellence, yeah.
Well, considering what's happening here, I mean, of 6 attempts, 2 were makes for both the Chinese athletes.
Saksikan terus Tengkorak Sports, jangan lupa untuk subscribe, like, dan share.